Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm Sammy Ketchum, and I'm back with another video. This time in this video, we're going to be talking about post-rotation supporters that you can use in your deck. As you can see here, we have some post-rotation supporters that are basically going to be in every single deck. Yeah, this is very interesting. I actually like all of these cards, and we're going to talk about all of them and their importance in the decks that are going to be coming up forward that you're going to use. So first, I want to talk about the obvious ones that are going to be played, the ones I'm going to get them out of the way, and then we're going to talk about some of the other ones. Cynthia. For Cynthia, Cynthia becomes basically the main draw power engine of the deck. It lets you draw the most cards. You draw 6. Shuffle your hand to your deck and you draw 6. You know, it's pretty explanatory. I mean, after Sycamore is gone, this is what we have. It's just going to be very good draw. I mean, everybody's going to be playing 4. Guzma. Just about everybody's going to be playing 4 Guzma in their deck. You're going to need to switch out your Pokemon and your opponent's Pokemon. And also, you can also win games with this. Like I said before in my other video, during the World Championships, it was one of the deciding factors. Does your opponent have the Guzma? Oh my God, he has the Guzma. Oh, he just wins the match. Oh, wow, what a compelling... Well, you get the point. Guzma wins games. And so people are going to play 3 to 4. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I don't need to explain Guzma. Lily. People will play up to 1 to 2 Lily depending on what they want to use it for. Mainly people will use it for the beginning of the game. You use your ball engine or whatever. Mysterious Treasure, Ultra Ball, Nest Ball. You thin your hand down and then you play Lily and draw up to 8 cards. I mean, that's what you do. It's a very good card. It may be good later on in the game, but really, it's really for the early game. And it's really going to be used for the early game basically from now on, just about. So, Copycat. Right now, I see players experimenting and playing 1 copy of Copycat in their deck. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't like it. I don't like this card at all right now. Until I can see some real viability by it, I just don't like it. I've been playing post-rotation for a while now. Well, of course, since I didn't get a chance to be in the World Championships. I mean, I didn't qualify this year. But, you know, I'm getting a jump start on, you know, this season right now, this new standard format. And from what I've seen, I just don't see this card being that good right now. So, but maybe in the future. But my opinion, I can't see it. I like it. I like the idea of it. You know, draw a whole bunch of cards if your opponent draws. You know, but with the way your opponent can manipulate their hand and get their hand size down, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. They can control their hand. They can control your board. They can discard your energies. Zora can do that. So, I mean, you know, that's just me. But, you know, hey, you can test it all you want and find out for yourself. Pokemon Fan Club. There's some controversy around this card, too. Honestly, in my opinion, I like it. You know, you search for 2 cards, you add them to your hand. I mean, it's just 1 off from a Bridget. You know, also, the reason why I like this card is because you have cards that activate their ability when you play them from your hand, like Tapu Lele. And also like Rayquaza GX. Honestly, so yeah, this card is actually really, really useful. Um, I like it. For one card, you get two basics. But a lot of people don't like it because it's your supporter for the turn. So a lot of people rather play nest balls and rather play mysterious treasures or whatever in their opening hand and rather play this. Um, I mean, it is what it is. Um, don't get me wrong, I like that too, and that's to each his own. That's very good. I like playing with nest balls and mysterious treasures and stuff like that. But to find two Pokemon to find your setup, I think that is just so important. I think that is just so important. And and with this card, with this deck, I feel that my decks don't miss a beat. After Bridge is gone, my decks don't miss a beat because I have this. I set up, I get my Pokemon out, I do whatever, boom, turn over. I mean, your first turn, your opponent's first turn are basically gonna just be kind of just like stalemates, until that second turn to where you can be like, oh, okay, I'm going to attack now, or I'm going to do something else now other than set up. So, you know, I mean, that's just me. I like this card. I mean, I stand by it. Um, it's totally up to you, the viewers, or what you want to, how you see this card. Um, Judge. Now that N is gone, Judge is going to be played a lot. Um, maybe people may be teching one, maybe two in each deck. Um, Honestly, I really like this card. I really love it. To sit there and disrupt your opponent is just so good. Especially in the early game. If you pull this off in the early game, and if you have a pretty decent setup early game, your hand's pretty good, and then you sit there and be like, oh, okay, my hand's not too terrible. I've got stuff that I can work with. I'm gonna go ahead and judge, make my opponent go down to 4, and it's gonna cripple them for the whole entire game, and they may not be able to recover. Um, Also, in the late game, if your opponent is really, really, winning, they have like a big hand and they're, going in on you. You judge them down to 4. You know, it's not like in where you can end them to 1. It's not that great, but it's something. It's something. It's still disruption, and that can still help. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like it. I think I think this is gonna change things a little bit. Those opening judge hands is gonna hurt so many decks. Oh my god. Like, I can just see it now. I can see people crying because of that. They'd be like, how did you lose? I got judged opening hand, and then I couldn't do anything. I just scooped after that. I can see it. I could totally see it. Tate and Liza. I like this card. I like these two twins. Um, it has two abilities. The first one lets you draw 5 cards. Shuffle your hand to your deck and draw 5 cards. You know, I mean, it's essentially a Shauna, which actually isn't bad in this format because we're limited on draw power. So, this isn't that's not too bad. So it's an instant Shauna, and the second ability is a switch ability. It lets you switch out your active Pokemon from one on your bench, which is actually good in this format. Since we don't have Floatstone, that could be really good to have something just to switch out your Pokemon. Um, you know, since it has a double effect, or you could get either effect, that's why this card is good. I think this is going to see a lot of play. I would actually play this over Copycat. I'll play this over Copycat any day. Um, Especially like if you had like two copies of this, Alter the Moon in your deck or something like that, or two copies of this and maybe a cup of Switch. You know, I mean, I could see that. You know, that is really good. Supporters are, really, really good, and they help you find the things that you need. I think any combination of these supporters, can work in your deck. Um, it's up to you. You can find out how many copies you want in your deck to fill your slots. But that's up to you. So you can come up with the decks. You can make it happen, Captain. Also, I want to do a couple of shout outs. I want to do a couple of shout outs to Get Some Game, GSG. They're a local card shop here in Charlotte. They also do Pokemon tournaments, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, Magic tournaments, the like. Very good store. One of the stores that I normally go to for tournaments and things. Also, Fodder Cannon Games. They're also a local store in Pineville. I do Pokemon leagues there on Sundays. And they also have very good tournaments that they run, league challenges, league cups, so forth. Also, a new store I want to give a shout out to is Nonstop Gaming. Nonstop Gaming in Charlotte. They just opened up recently, but man, they have a great selection of Pokemon singles, pops, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic cards, what have you. The guy that runs the store, he's a self-made businessman, and he literally just about has every single card that you could think of. If you're local and you need a card or whatever, go see him. Go see him because, his prices are pretty good, legit. Works with the other websites, TCG Player, eBay, whatever, what have you. His store is like up and coming, and it's really, really good. If you're in the area, check it out. Check out all of the stores if you're in the area. If you're in the area on Sundays or whatever, come by Fodder Cannon. I'll probably will be there. Come by, say hey. We can play some games or whatever. Other than that, that's about it. Yeah, that's it for this video. I'm Sammy Ketchum. Just remember, you can go beyond your limits and go beyond plus ultra.